Is it really true that dogs are better than cats at everything? A lot of people seem to think so. Dogs are usually described as smarter, friendlier, more loyal, and more useful. Cats, in comparison, are often treated like the quiet second-place cute, mysterious, but somehow less impressive. But that picture falls apart the moment you stop judging cats by dog standards. In this video, we're going to look at 10 things cats objectively do better than dogs, not based on personal preference, but on biology, behavior, and what we know from observation and research. And some of these points may completely change the way you see cats. Cats are often underestimated for one simple reason: their strengths are less obvious. Dogs tend to show their best qualities in ways humans immediately notice: enthusiasm, obedience, social energy, emotional openness. Cats are different. Their advantages are quieter, subtler, and often easier to miss. Because of that, people often mistake feline independence for coldness, caution for indifference, and selectiveness for lack of intelligence. Add years of comparison with dogs, and the myths grow fast. Dogs become the good pets, and cats become the difficult ones. But each species evolved for different challenges, and that means each one developed different strengths. So let's look at where cats truly come out ahead. Number 1. Independence. Cats are usually much better at being alone. Most dogs are highly social and often struggle more with separation, boredom, or lack of stimulation. Cats, because of their evolutionary history as more solitary hunters, are often more comfortable managing time by themselves. For many owners, especially people with busy schedules, this can be a major advantage. Number 2. Agility. Cats are exceptional athletes. Their balance, flexibility, coordination, and jumping ability are on another level. They can twist in midair, land with remarkable precision, walk along narrow surfaces, and launch themselves vertically with impressive control. Dogs can be athletic too, of course, but in pure movement finesse, cats usually dominate. Number 3. Hunting skills. Even the most pampered house cat often keeps astonishing predatory instincts. Reaction speed, stealth, patience, and the precision of a final attack are all areas where cats excel. Dogs can be excellent trackers and hunters depending on breed, but cats are masters of silent, efficient ambush. Their entire body is built for it. Number 4. Self-grooming. Cats spend a huge amount of time taking care of their own fur. That grooming is not just about cleanliness, it also helps with temperature regulation and scent control. Dogs, by comparison, are usually far more dependent on humans for hygiene. In daily life, that makes cats much more self-maintaining. Number 5. Quietness. Cats are usually much quieter animals. They don't bark at doors, strangers, random sounds, or passing movement outside the window. For people who value a calmer home, live in smaller spaces, or simply prefer less noise, this becomes a very real advantage. Number 6. Low-maintenance living. Cats are often easier to keep in apartments and smaller homes. They use a litter box, usually need less space, and don't require multiple walks every day. That does not mean cats are effortless. They still need attention, enrichment, and care, but in terms of daily logistics, they are often simpler. But the most surprising advantages are still ahead. Number 7. Sensitivity to small changes. Cats are incredibly observant. They often notice tiny movements, subtle sounds, changes in routine, and shifts in the environment long before humans do. This constant low-level monitoring is part of why they can seem so alert, even when they look relaxed. Number 8. Adaptation through caution. Dogs often adapt through social guidance. Cats often adapt through observation and careful testing. In many situations, that makes them excellent at adjusting in a controlled way. They may take longer to trust something new, but that caution can be a strength, not a flaw. Number 9. Practical intelligence. Cats are often underestimated because they do not rush to obey commands. But intelligence is not the same as obedience. Cats learn through experience, remember useful patterns, and solve problems when there is a reason to do so. Many people confuse low motivation to perform for low intelligence, and those are not the same thing at all. Number 10. Respect for personal space. This may sound funny, but for many owners it is a genuine advantage. Dogs often want constant involvement. Cats are more likely to give you company without demanding endless interaction. They can be affectionate while still allowing room to breed. For a lot of people, that balance is exactly what makes cats so appealing. So what does all of this actually mean for owners? It means cats are not the ideal pet for everyone, but for some people, they may be the perfect one. If you value independence, quiet companionship, low maintenance routines, and an animal that doesn't need constant direction, a cat may fit your lifestyle better than a dog. And many of the qualities people first misunderstand in cats become the very things they later appreciate most. Their independence starts to look like confidence. Their caution starts to look like intelligence. Their selective affection starts to feel more meaningful, not less. The biggest mistake is judging a pet by only one standard. If the only question is, which animal is more openly social, dogs often win. But if the question becomes, which animal handles solitude, self-care, agility, and subtle adaptation better, cats suddenly look much more impressive. But before we call cats the winners, there are a few important things to remember. Dogs have many strengths that cats do not. In some situations, a dog is clearly the better companion, for protection, training, outdoor activity, emotional responsiveness, or highly social interaction. The better pet always depends on the owner's lifestyle, expectations, and personality. Individual character matters too. Some cats are extremely social and needy. Some dogs are calm and independent. Breed, age, past experience, and environment all shape behavior. That is why it makes no sense to turn this into a simple competition with one final champion. There is no universally perfect pet. What matters is understanding what each species is naturally good at and appreciating those strengths on their own terms. So let's sum it up. Cats often do better in independence, agility, hunting precision, self-grooming, quiet behavior, easy apartment living, sensitivity to small changes, cautious adaptation, practical intelligence, and respect for personal space. That does not mean cats are better than dogs overall. It means they are better suited to certain tasks, lifestyles, and kinds of companionship. Dogs and cats evolved for different roles, so judging one by the standards of the other will always create the wrong picture. And maybe that is the best conclusion of all. Pets are fascinating not because one species wins, but because each one brings something unique. Dogs and cats are different in exactly the ways that make them so extraordinary to live with. What surprised you most on this list? Write in the comments which cat advantage impressed you the most and what you think cats do better than dogs. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. More videos are coming about animal psychology, intelligence, and the most surprising differences between cats and dogs.